I finally quit social media in the year 2022. And I'm not going to lie, so far it's been pretty easy. It's kind of shocking, how different it is when you're living off of the social media grid. There's less phone calls, less text messaging. But the text message and the phone calls that do decide to come through are actually much more appreciated. And they're from people that I really didn't expect. So that was very surprising. After all of the headlines and hearing Bill Gates talk about how his kids don't use it, Warren Buffett's kids don't use it, all of the elite, all of those that, pretty much run the world and are making billions and billions of dollars don't even use the tech that they are responsible for creating, that they are responsible for pioneering. They don't use it. They do other things, And the latest one that really got me, it hit me to my core, man. It is apparent now, very apparent, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the powers that be, when they unleashed the social media upon us, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew what was going to happen to the young girls. They knew what was going to happen to their young minds. And if you are a father of a daughter, there's just no way to deny it. There's no way to escape it. And it kind of boils your blood. So that's what I started going through, man. I don't want my daughter to be a part of it. Obviously, when she gets older, she's going to make her own decisions. But I think that, her looking at me as she's growing up extremely fast. I mean, like she won't slow down. She's 3 now. She was 2 a year ago. She's talking in complete sentences. She was barely talking a year ago. Everything just changed. And, if she's looking at me, she can say, well, my dad's not on his phone all the time. My dad's not glued to social media. My dad's phone doesn't go off all the time. He's actually spending time with me. I'm getting to know him. He's getting to know me. I know that I'm safe around him, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's what it comes down to when you are a parent, and when it becomes apparent that the world that we're living in is not for us. And it really isn't. Now, we're not talking about the conspiracies. We're not talking about the flat earth. We're not talking about the Illuminati. We're not talking about none of that. We're just talking about there's certain things here on this earth that you shouldn't expose your children to. And then, on top of that, you shouldn't expose yourself to. I noticed it with my wife, man. Extremely addicted to social media. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it any, in depth or nothing, but I just noticed that, we weren't doing the best job possible in our relationship and parenting and living, everything. It was just so much attention, hours upon hours spent on social media, posting and liking and reacting and sharing. And so that's why I said, man, with my son coming into the earth, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be that way for my children, for my daughter, for my new son that's coming in March. Just can't do it no more. So I decided to back out, and it's been great. It's been great, man. Don't get me wrong, you will feel the effects. and there are some effects. There are a lot of effects, man. Everything that you feel with the addiction of, drugs, hardcore drugs. They knew this. This is inside of all the litigation, inside of all of the casework, inside of all of the interviews, inside of all of the briefings, inside of everything, when you start to just look at it. And you know, the headlines, they pop up so fast and so frequently, and then you have, you know, other distractions that, you know, kind of gets buried, especially with everything that's going on with COVID, and, you know, people are losing their lives and their jobs, and just how crazy it is with the situation that we're running through right now. And it seems like it's not going to end. So what's the best thing to do is just jump on social media and plug yourself in, and you can see what happens. You just lose track of time, and next thing you know, you look up and your entire life has passed you by. So that's what this year is about for me. It's about cleansing myself of debt, cleansing myself of addiction, cleansing myself of a negative energy, all of it. Getting rid of it, getting it out of my life. I don't want it, I don't need it, and I'm not going to accept it anymore. I think that's the biggest thing too. You have to tell yourself, and you have to be sincerely honest with yourself and say, I'm no longer accepting the life that I chose in the past. I'm doing something that's brand new. And that's it, guys. That's it, man. We're out of here. Hope you guys have a good time. And take it easy.